Well, howdy folks, welcome back to the shop. So I went to a local yard sale and stuff and found these two chucks, and these are nice Jacobs chucks. I got them for really cheap, pretty much nothing. I feel like I kind of stole them in a way. But if you look at these chucks, they are actually in really good shape. And the only reason why I bought these is because a long time ago I had an extra Arbor for on my lathe here, and I thought, if it's the same taper, I'm going to try to find a chuck to put on this so I have an extra chuck that I could use on my lathe. So this in here on the side of it is a number 2 Morse taper. It says it right there, number 2 Morse taper to a number 33 Jacobs taper. So what they're referring to is this here's the number 2 Morse taper, and this here is the number 33 Jacobs taper. And what that is so they can fit the taper on the back of these. So these guys are not held on by any screws or hardware. They are actually just basically not a press fit, but a taper fit. So on the side of this chuck here, it says right on it 33 KD, and then it says 33 taper. So I already knew that this would fit my Morse taper adapter here. So this one here, I don't think I'm going to mess with it at all. It has it's also number 33 taper on it too as well. And these two chucks are the same size. They're actually the exact same chuck. But this is actually made by Jacobs Manufacturing Company. And it says it just says Hartford, Connecticut, straight shank Arbor. And I'm just going to leave this one the way it is. Even though I already have a chuck for my mill, I can use this with a R8 collet, put this guy in here, and now I have a smaller chuck that I could use on the mill too. So I'm just going to leave this one as it is since I don't really need this chuck. But I figured why not get them both while I could. So the plan is we're going to go ahead and remove this chuck and add it onto the adapter there so I could use it on the lathe. So removing these sometimes can be a pain. So there's several different ways that people have done them. They do make wedges to go in behind here, and one of these, actually it's this one, and you probably can't see it there, but someone used the wedge to get this chuck off at one time. You could see the score marks and stuff in there and the deformity. But this one here, this Arbor, I think it was brand new because there is no marks, anything on it. I mean, it looks like it's pristine. So the other thing is there's a hole down through the inside of this chuck here. And I think what I'm going to try is just use a straight punch, and I'm going to stick it down in here. And then I'm going to take the chuck and make the jaws not tighten up on it, but just to hold it in place. See, it'll still slip there. And then we're going to set it right here in the vise, and then we're going to try to knock it out. Hopefully it'll go. That would be great if it did, but you don't want to tighten this up on the jaws. But part of the reason why I'm doing this is so I don't get my fingers in the way while I'm smacking it with a hammer. You know, don't want to smash your fingers there. So let's give it a shot and see if we can knock this chuck off. Okay, so I just put it over here in the vise, and I just ran the jaws in just to where, you know, to kind of hold it there for me. And I'm going to use a brass mallet here, or hammer, and I'm going to just take one nice blow and see if we can knock that right out of there. And with luck, hopefully it just pops right out. So here we go. Didn't mean to throw it all over the floor here, but it came right off. So I'm very happy with that. And here you can see what this was. And my assumption is, other than the length, I'm going to say these both had the same size shank on it. Because if you look, there's milling marks in this, and you can tell that this was turned. So I'm assuming someone turned this down for something that they needed. And I'm debating whether to hold on to this in case I wanted to maybe make this into a 1/2-inch shank, but I don't really see a purpose to keeping this yet. But so let's get this all cleaned up, and so we can put this back together here. All right, so what I did was I just took a bottle brush and went in there and sprayed some brake cleaner and some acetone and cleaned that out. I want to make sure that there's no dirt, debris, any chips or anything in there. And if you can, you might be able to see that the hole is the whole way through there. And these trucks are designed that way. Sometimes there's a screw that goes down in through there and actually holds it on there too. But So what we're going to do is you want to make sure you put your jaws all the way in. That way it's sitting on this nice flat surface. And you can set it right there. And also to point out, someone looks like they had milled on the back of this for some reason or whatever, but it won't hurt it, especially for what I'm going to use it for. And so this, I went ahead and sprayed it clean and also wiped it down with acetone. You shouldn't even put your fingers on it, they claim. I don't know how much that's true, but all we're going to do is put this guy in here, and I'm going to use my brass hammer here again, and you're going to take one nice good blow like that, and now they're together. And that's all there is to it. So this is actually relatively simple, and now I have a nice chuck to go on my lathe. So yeah, it looks great. So let's go try it in the lathe and see how it fits in the tailstock. All right, and here you go. Here's what we're doing. Boom. And you can see it bites in there nice. It doesn't spin other than this, but you can see it bites in there nice like it should. And so I now have a nice chuck, another chuck for my lathe here. So I'm very happy with that. All right, let's see if it holds up drilling. This is a 1 1/16 drill bit. It's actually a little bit big for this chuck, but let's see what happens. It seems like it's doing fine. Alright, I don't really need to drill the whole way through, but what you can see is the taper's holding fine. The drill bit's slipping a little bit in the jaw, but sometimes that's pretty common. But anyway, it looks like it's working great. Alright guys, with that said, you can see I have a nice chuck for the lathe, and I also got a nice chuck that I can use in my mill now using the R8 collet. And I've seen some of these chucks where they make gall and stuff and you don't get them off that easy. And sometimes, like I said, they use those wedges you can get in there. There's several different ways that people get this out. I found, to be honest, this right here is the best method. I can remove almost every chuck, and you only need one good solid blow and it'll knock that right out of there. So, well, with that said, guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you can, and until next time, take care.